anesa me confirm wa ade ama wote so bi kan me na me di kan just me catch you say Chelsea for any team ni nyina wi a abrante no ba be pie mu ewo ye Chelsea ene ma nyina enso atimi akoso ade ama no ye pie mu de na ne Lewandowski na opinikese e ba kwa no nso si na kan de Barcelona obedo kali ọ dị atụ da say na brande yi mo hwe se de nka no modin bo so ani na nima ekoyie edima no na uhwemu pa de a na ne de ankoyie pa asa ama no efri se Ballon d'Or ni yetwam o yetwam no so no player bi ti say Lewandowski o share 39 goals or even only Bundesliga pe Champions League or 11 na se o ka chere mi se wetwam dia na brande ni modin na se afu ankoyie ama brande Lewandowski na de se obi aka yese uhwemu dia afu we no oya de esen Messi and Ronaldo has 30 goals so far. You need your best account be 2 matches. It you need so make me be 9 goals and I say 8 goals and count. But about any more than bono I was sure pa yi nti anka fi kesun ko je Ballon d'Or but antime anya maso sa na ensem tie epiemu na Messi and Suarez and idea ye ja omo say omo so nko na omo Barcelona fo ja omo nko na fo omo nko dwodwo omo ho ne ade ade na o show pictures na so on Suarez ni no na omo agye adam na na omo gi omo ni bibia ekoso ede ama na picture we uhwemu a na say Messi no gina ni pa o gina ni Messi enye bete uhwe picture na ti say Messi gina ni pa o gina ni Messi na ka o de ka ni so de bo nko na abo esi Ronaldo na ja o de o na yiri shimudi edene esa ena insanity tata so ni ngongro mo ewo eye Madrid man na say ni Madrid ladies no omo dia to dwa say omo so kwakoya doye kama ewo eye children's homes na from watimi ayibi ama ko 19 bae no ani man say da enkoyi emfama ebimo enti nkwala na omo ni bi eni domeji no omo ba wura mu ho na fe omo akopo yo madoye ene hon sense mebiri enti na say Madrid maiwa no omo so afa ni ate omo ya bie no fresh omo so enche nesiti omo be kan omo ho no omo na nedie omo kwa na akakoya adoye na afa omo de mankwala na omo hwe animu ase nesiti no ene man so betimi enso akoso ede ama no nsem ni nyina ede asi ede ama ayempiemu ewo fie de na se nei obepiemu efie secretary ede ma GFA ni Prosper na ene Kofi Asarbrako abate onua osikeja ene de watutu bia ma osi nei ukopiemu na nkofo bi nso no disagree odon osi na me no mu ni problem kra osi Ghana national team no first time GFA ni na bom hoka enye GFA aban na bom hoka but so mu ko ba bi wo mu wura ha wo mu si ha GFA no ene faka no etinezesi ade wo mu bi anwen se na se anansi da onya botrema nnantie no GFA na fe no waba obeye adwuma no obeye adwuma no so amana abroso ensem no sa eneti ano no pay ye te ho ede mo authentic sports beat so ede ama MHTV so ye bo wura mu die na se nei maame ya ne di ede Eva ne die wakasa bebre wo se sesi ade mani nyina mramom Ghana ma nyina mramom na nei yentimi emfa yakoma ne nipadua no yemfa ensom ema league no wo so yesi opeso otu ni 90 form na fe ogina den no so bo ama league no etimi koso etinyame adom ama mi wasikete se kwa bia so baboa ema ma league no enso etimi akoso ye bawura mu dia eni Azuma nese na papa yi wabɔ ne ho mmɔden na eno na nsen ɔde ensem etimi adebato wo se uhwe mu paa dia na ne afi na bibia be kama adema boxing wosi enema nkoyie sa enema nshada nkoyie ne mrantie omokwa na agiegu na nsen na mrantie ne din the ice day the Royal Storm dogbe enso timi call ya okwaji ni din etino sa na ensem no ete na no pay sports beat so MHTV ene egusu ye de ensem no ede ebro na ekopiemu dia na se Zuma nation zuzu no adwuma no nimye ntino wakasa ede akire Ghana fo nyina se ekwan bia so boxing besa aka no ho biem ye tie ahwim e wo GFN ra de betu wanim se meeting kese ekoso a se obi ehwe sa meeting nanim se den ene be pie afim aba nyame adom nsem a efim eba ne se class ni nyina age atu se ne de wo magi scanner eba no those days no mo so mo nyintum se ne scanner eba no GF as ne wo ma tena bi so ana bi sa but anu meeting ko na wie ye no wo ma age atu se sia do mo ni problem enti ase ya adwuma amazisia de mo be hwe animu ase next season ade na eba league na ebe chance no sponsorship a start ya eba ba ketokreku promise o share ye no wa start ya o deliver tenese na ensem no ekoyi the emam Anthony Nimo and na dey odi atudwa former House of Folk player or atudwa say Juju ana mantimi anko nanim e wo football mo se ne career e wo House of Folk no Juju ana na nkofo e de eye no nkofo e de eye na yesa nkofo tu ni ndura ne sa ijinese ne modemo na antimi anso ani wo House of Folk no Juju na antimi amoa no nkofo ano mo tu na duro ne position na wo na mo peso obeba amana ko nanim no na ompeso be hye ho no na yesa no ho ensem enso ene no House of Folk na die entia eba eye rumors a enam mframamu a eba ne se omdo mani edi abrante ndi ni Jesus play achi okobo low awo kotoko oye media ma player ntine ne die omo hwe ani mu an sa abrante no wono nso so ne modern born se die extra ani no wo metimi anya akwanya kese pa na enedie omakotabira abrante no enna bepie mu awo House of Folk na ntia esa aba ne se nei House of Folk ene eye matinum koju edi nkomo etino abrante small boy no say obobo to set oligibre tinum kokofa no and then dey House of Folk abrante no kala no eno mo form dia bidi team no amane ma nyina atimi akoso House of Folk ha biem na die otimi say omani abre dendende enra bebeki news ni ma say omonsa aka abrante ndidi Isaac mensa na yenhwe sede dwumadie ne tie ene sede ensem abrante ne eso edi tudwa edi mount hwe wa fidie ne so a we say abrante ne hye white na obo awuram ni manager so na di na chi o hye yellow a obo awuramu awo eye ha secretary no kwakọ sign ne contract no ti pese wankasa hwe sede eye omo ko sign ne sede House of Folk omo brandi omo ho ene ade antina abrante ne o hye House of Folk nti obo awuramu awo office o ye Fredmore office Frederick almost sign ne nima nyina omo hwe ni ma abrante smith be sina kai edema the glorious across for the Continental Masters it once in the JC and a wagina person wutia asam a na odi to the producer Mr. Oma sound ne mra na ti asam a ne abrante no wie no ono so edi tudwa edema eye House of Folk supporters now.
Phobia, the best. Phobia, masters. Phobia, beautiful people with beautiful colors.
Phobia, the best. Phobia, masters. Phobia with beautiful people with beautiful colors. And some now also edited. And I say, House of Folk nation. Anything about joining here. Na say who am I? Enya won Isaac. Mensa and the mercy and I friend no upie mu ane ne pama ene GF nsam no egusu wo ho a omgusu omo kan no na prosper dia to dwa se ono enye ni empusu mpo o se yen side no empusu yen ono na secretary edema the GF no the current GF no o se empusu omkra se nei je se case ni gusu wo ho a ono emfa ne ho o se omo de ha omo pressure bi ani omo so because case ni omo mu case se ko ba se bi ba na the GF car se omo ento aban for fra they are ready. Am I ready? Somebody na be on masa atoba because some GDS adwuma pa wo mo de eba no ma kwan am mo so nya kwan atimi ato aso yo madwuma nti om de mo need problem mo need pressure hwe eni ho wo mo toto ne ma sare be ya start leg na ene ma nyina so ebetimi akoso adema yekopie mu ewo omo a eye dev omo ma so sisi na omo ntimi nkasa ne adade na omo ebo tournament bi ni ade na no ena ko ba se make so omo kokori akobo tournament na ene ma nyina ko yedi mom na so no na unse COVID-19 ntino nyema twentwen so ti yesi a omo league no yatwam ana tournament yatwam na no ena nkofo kan na omo ni sika omo be ko ena o say wo mkopie mu ewo former president J. John Robbins na kache na omo de tu dase da bi o enye sa twa ne yatwam twa na league no wo mo atwam enu nti na manema IC one time no eti sa wote a eyebosirimuka ana nkofo person di go manim ase nanso no enti sa league na no matwam ana tournament no matwam e wo Korea promo eti sa na ensem tie ye bo wura mu e wo Prosper Ahengya de nsem bi e di tudwa e di ma ema league ye gotie se de okasa kakra e di fa ema league.
Indeed, we have plans to cater for the Women's League and then the Women's Division 1 League across the 10 football regions. Also, juvenile football. Already, the last season that was cancelled, we provided balls to the women clubs and then some balls to the RFAs. The plan is very clear. The engagements are going on very soon. We'll get to a point where we'll come solely for the Women's League, Women's Division 1 League, and then the Women's FA Cup to also have their football partner. So we are working really hard at that. We are also working at a juvenile level. But trust me, even if there is no partnership for them, like we did last year, the FA will make footballs available to the clubs. We don't want football to become a challenge because the game is about football. And especially at the youth level, the availability of footballs helps the coaches to impart knowledge. Every coach will tell you that if you have each player with their own football, then whatever you are teaching will be learned quickly and will be learned better. But if you have so many players with few balls, each time you are imparting knowledge, the rest are waiting. When one set finishes, then you bring another set. It doesn't augur well for the team building exercise. So we are excited, like we've said and repeated, about this partnership. This is just a start. We hope to bring more partnership to the Ghana Football Association and then to all the football members of the football family. We will come out with it. Today is just the day one of the marriage. So we would have the plans. We have engagements with our members. Indeed, today there is a meeting, as you are aware, between the Premier League clubs and the FA. I'm sure they will be excited. In fact, this will be the first thing we would clap about before we even delve into other matters. Indeed, in that discussion, we will talk to them. We also have engagement with the Division 1 League clubs, Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. And then when it comes to the FA Cup, the Premier League clubs, all of them play. Division 1 will play. And then the qualifiers from the Division 2. This year, they will tell you that those who qualify from Division 2, because we were playing a certain kind of ball, we gave them some of the footballs so that they can use it to train and then they can do play in the FA Cup.
It is and some at Prosper. I seen Ado and an Adi watch and Simmo at the Amagana Funya said, if you would be honest in a ma football number, Yahuma or Casafa, a year ball sponsorship Abano, as an Yamapa and a GFK to Kukunina and a pound for almost at the air bar, Abasum Amagana at Miakos. Your boy Rama, nice has to folk, the lady, the area story in the crowd, and the ocean pictures now, nice has. Omania Brepa said a Juman 1 by year. Na women that told say omu gusu a mpelifo gusu a omu bo aprobo ehwe say stadium de la Pobimai sa energy ne tietie eye stadium de la Pobimai na stadium gusu a contractors ni eye adwuma ehwe animu an say by the next 3 months ne de na fe omu atimi awie Pobimai project no eye first phase no eye local for no no wo wie pe na fe nyame adom a na fe take for no so be giatum na from so be bom de no wo be CC hotel schools wo facilities akese gym ni ade wo ho na fe wie pe stadium no ye de aboso atimi ade ama etiphobia masters the team a tese na de omo build no enya semketua sa na ensemte na no pa de na say house of supporters no eye ni giemu na omo wa wo Giomani sa na ensem no etinei ukopie mo Pobimai na say the stadium de la Pobimai na say omu gusu adwuma no ekoso no pa ikura no Enti ya meti eni se dwuma no egusu a ekoso a nsuo egugu a nkrofo ehyehyɛ mu dem ada no omo de omo ntie so dogum no omo ye adwuma e dem ha so fo se be ya omo so beti be wi omo de kwana takifo no enso abeje atum aha enam de nsem nyina asi ade ama medin ade Charles na atu bi frem se Charles na me nso menyo so yes I nei bi jamu a na se ne bi jamu ade ama e newspaper review for no aha na se Agyeiwaa akode pa bi woni Akosomo ebeje adwa no na ma pase nsem nyina atimi ade ama e wo MHTV so sa ena nsem tenche akese pa enkoma eye nyankasa me maame ena Cob Jones free shop bibadu me maame no ha ena Cob Jones omo abere bi nyina no mutama chi den sa esu na bepie mu e wo eye adwuma mu ha dia ena Father Dixon Junior said enu Agyeiwaa akode de tu dwa no the birthday ni die yegusu ye dia ne sa ede eman ne kase pa no enso ebeba enti ne de happy birthday sankoma eye Father Dixon Junior sa enso na biemu enkoma eye tibi owa kire ho no so ebo masan no etimi ekoso sa enso na wura mu dia na se nei babo producer dia ne ene Agyeiwaa akode papa bi ono so eka ho ano na produce ma ne nyina enso ekoso me di nsem nyina edi asidi amanya me adom a share me Saturday na me fa sports eye politics in sports enfa emro ensem a etwe so no aha ene be discussion papa ede mo makraw
me gain di Kofi Akpalo me na me leader LPG be bia me TV to and one MHTV na me share sports beat me sisa program where na that's the be me that's the be me eti share sports beat.
Are you worried about your security? Are you able to access and protect your property and the people you care about? With an increased height in robbery and kidnapping, you should not compromise on your security. Global Sky Limited, your total security solution, is here to help you secure your office and residence.
All right, my name is Nesta Lenas. I'm the general manager of the company Global Sky Security Limited. Global Sky Security Limited, we are an international security company which we specialize in providing security services to various individuals or corporate organizations. When we talk of security systems, namely CCTV, access control device, electrical fence, tracking device, and security man guard officers as well.
The control room is designed in such a way that we have radios, a VCR radio there, which monitors our vehicles when they go out for day and night patrols, just to receive first-hand information from supervisors and the team who go out for that patrol.
With the ICT part of the services that we're going to talk about, the CCTV security systems, the access control systems, tracking device systems, biometric door lock systems, and many more. So when we talk about the ICT part, that is the ICT part of the company. We specialize in what I've mentioned earlier. And when you talk about the physical aspect, that has to do with the professional man guard security services. These are professional guards we recruit. We do background check on them. We do profiling on them. We actually train them on two things, theory part and the physical part. Theory part for them to know how to work with people, human relations, and also when it comes to the physical part, how to defend them, to defend themselves in terms of a robbery or an attack. So long story short, basically those are the two things that the company provides.
For more information, call 0302 522 503 or 0264 363 125. You can also visit www.globalskyafrica.com. Global Sky, someone is always watching.
Hi, this is Samuel, board chairman for the Youth Employment Agency. I want to entreat all of you to come on board. and let's also support, watch, and participate in the jewels in the street. It promises to be exciting, revealing, captivating, and above all, help us choose the ultimate jewel in the street. Watch out for it from us.
Yama wakwa baba newspaper review segment our morning break Jimmy so we am just one ama Akosomo na me ni meduaba aba Agyeiwaa kwade ene ye de newspaper review no ebro ne ye ka wo se nyumeku asoya sene eye Global Sky Security and Leonard Homes and my room for so follow you on various social media platforms Facebook and Instagram MHTV YouTube and Twitter so no Marveling House Limited ubet my visit our website www.marvelinghouse.com aba ano payday kokoi to bright na kwa aba
nsi ewe yi
ye ni de wu
she tuntum ne kokko bom se de na
ene de no de na aba eneni 8 years pepepe
ejata
ejata susufi
nti na wo se ma hye kokko ne tuntum che se ye we ama me sha se de me fa de mai
ejata ne video yi na ye deda no mpem
unse ono ansa no you chiri ni ko pie mo University of Ghana Lagos apom ho no mo de anche se obu adwuma ho pa
sile na jata bina 76 years
me say efia say wo ho onim say da odi na woda sada na fada destin sudi na woda na ohese ni amanfo ohwe kokko ni tuntum na atim say enibere na baye papa ono de opra ya asumdie
Nanti asempa na
professor ne wo mudidi e hyen ne ho na Nyabeland His Excellency
inside in the court, then make me a day.
na eno eye professor na yiyo no ehu video ene yi kire o no yi video na chew de na aba ede the mindset of the wise no ebe man an kranhyesem aye de man tutu ya na mo yie ne ehu kwan aye befa so nyina ti aba aye kradwa or the mindset of the wise no ebe man
ye di arefo de nanso ehia si ebenye bibi ede atu ikotu dwem ye de atu ye ho efo the mindset of the wise inum de no eno so na yekusu aye ho no. He understands that your level of success that God can give is based on the extent of your imagination and vision, according to the Bible. In Genesis 13, verses 15, he said to Abraham, "The extent of what you can visualize is what I will give." Then he also said, "As a man thinks, so is he," which means the ability to be successful is not only based on his principles, but how we see ourselves. Remember, until you recondition your mind and until you change your views on how you see things, you cannot do such. God is and has been waiting on you. Keep in mind, your beginning does not justify your end, but your thinking and imaginations now will determine your future. Have a great day and a blessed week as well. Good morning.
As a man thinketh, so is he. Nya wodwen no, eno na wo ye.
Na wo san fete. Se wodwen papa,
Ni papa.
se wodwen bone a,
Nye no nso so a.
Nti abrepri a ne yenhwe se yebetutu yanamo egie ewo aprabo na ye bonfim.
Na se aba ede the mindset of the wise no abre ne yehwe daily graphic mo a yehu se yewra Thanos a wenya ne baby call mfie enwotwini na busuafo atro tribute fefefe ede ma no se enne yekwa asumdwe park abebi a yesi ye mampani dada ewa asumdwe park enne ebo no wotwe pe a omosan ede nhwiren akogu ne naso biem a oma fene ntini ede nhwiren ekwa akogu ne naso ti ye kind tribute a ebusua enso so atro ede ama wo mo wofa omo papa omade nina. Your honor is divine. Your departure seems fresh by the 8th year since you left us, Professor, our dear. You put us in sorrow, so lives to a standstill. We had but to take the bitter pill. Then we remembered man is like grass. He does not fall in the class of iron or glass. Us to cloy. Time rolled and our Maker healed our pain. Then in us believe in him keeping your soul came to reign. Forever we see your name in the roll of Arsenal. And Ankubenya 76 years.
Na woda. Sene am kan se Father
Dixon Junior.
Odina woda Father nana ejata. Nso edina woda. Ene busuafo akai enema bebre. Oman Ghana yakai enema bebre. Baby obi anyame emfa ne kra dwe.
Na yetwa so ayehwe nsem wa edi ehim ewo yenkorobo krata ni namai the bokrata na yehwe nsem wa edi ehim ewom. Yehwe daily graphic yefa the front page of the daily graphic a yewo government eases COVID-19 effect, income for late tax reduce. Na ehwa so a eno ewo front page na atwa so ewo page 3. Good policies have restored hope, Finance Minister, and also ewo page 16. Governments to inject 100 billion Ghana cedis to rescue economy, and no ewo page 20. Mid-year budget, another government manifesto promise, minority, ewo page 16. Electoral at the front page of the Ghanaian Times and so on. Yewo President orders communication minister to suspend directive to GBC to reduce channels on DDT platform, and over page 12. Local government ministry takes second phase disinfect 4 months, and also over page 13. 2020 mid-year budget review. Government unveils 100 billion Ghana cedis COVID-19 rescue package to get economy back on track, and also over page 13. We are near nsem APM the Daily Guide newspaper name. So the Daily Guide there were 4 million Euros Airbus scandal review glutinous corruption. And no, it was page 6. Ministry lauded for massive exercise. It was page 6. Nana unveils goodies, 100 billion free water and light. And also, so the Abesha say front page near Twaso. Ekufuado stops Ursula GBC order. Abesha say front page. Number Twaso page 3. Government eases COVID-19 effect. Income for laid off workers. Lower interest rates for businesses. Free water, electricity for 3 more months. Communication tax reduced. The government has announced an extension of the free water and electricity policy for an additional 3 months, as well as updates of guarantee scheme to borrow from banks at more affordable rates, a 600 million Ghana cedi support for micro and small medium enterprises, and 100 billion COVID-19 alleviation and revisitation of enterprises program. Presenting the mid-year review of the 2020 budget in Minister of Finance, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta.
Yesha said the daily graphic the Bokrata no na Esha say Enrada Yena com Masfi nebro copium na no ho nsem na daily graphic Wakrata no ekunche de aba bepiem wo hase no enrada budget no na ensem bibre na ewomu COVID-19 mremu nyina senia yisikasem ete ne ade nyina wode si ye bie ni yesi ye free die nyare ahan no ho nsem ne de aban no asan atumu bosome miensa a yebebu nsuo yentu aka presa nso na hinam kanea no yebeyi so ebeboa ba nte dumso na kyerese ye ko eti asanso na communication tax reduce ba ne say we to credit say wo ye kwa de hello bet for na kyerese wo mo tete ya say 9% say de so at say aba 5% a ebeboa ma ba ne say nkita hudie wo mobile phone so ni ade wo fro bi ade wo WhatsApp ni ade a se na ye be fat wafa no so atinti we ene nsem a so afọ hwe iskasem so ene omsikasem e de esi eni gidigidi
na yetwaso page 5 of the daily graphic. Inside Africa, COVID-19, South Africa death toll could be far higher. South African researchers say the number of deaths from coronavirus could be far higher than the official toll. The South African Medical Research Council report says excess natural death rose by 17,000, a 59% increase compared to the past years. Professor Debbie Bradshaw, one of the authors of it, revealed a huge discrepancy in the numbers. On Thursday, the country said there had been a record 500th highest number of confirmed cases now worldwide, with 394,948 infections and a death toll of 5,940. This is a far lower toll than in other countries that have lower numbers of confirmed cases, for example, the UK. Late on Wednesday, it shows that between May 6 and 14 July this year, there had been 17,090 excess natural deaths, far higher than in past years and higher than researchers had forecasted.
Yento aso daily graphic the Obokrata ne fa etoso 9 we inside Africa, South Africa. I won ho nsem na ba bepi e wo krata na wona wo yenhwehwemu e wo South Africa COVID-19 yare ema ne ho so no wo mo de nsem aba betu dwa the South Africa Medical Research Council SAMRC for wo mo nsem nyante COVID-19 no mo hese ne ama ne ho so e wo honom na ha adwempa se ne epim ekọ nenim na one hour to an one 17,000. I no apem ekọ nenim hanche mu edunum enkron 59% nti me say se ne niam ekọ de wo man hwe yi a niam ebeje nsem wo ho na eye age nsem kurempo ane se omoto aso se na no ya wada no na chese 24 no mienu 572 na cases no wiase afa na nyina no South Africa for na etosu enuma wom cases no ewo enimpa na wom cases ne 394,948 afensu na se san hwa wo mo mato anananom won se do South Africa fi se COVID-19 yare no eyi ni ti no 5,904 teachers ene aduanan na wo mo ato anananom ewo nsie do o ma hwe na chese wo man ye bibi amfa ho ane e bekoso no eni ebiye nyan papa.
Na yet was why yet was so page 7 editorial on two fronts. The COVID FM public financial management system and protect the public purse and enhance governance institution by providing adequate resources.
Yɛnto aso wɔ kuruwa krataa ne fa ɛtɔ so dunsia no aha ɔsɔfo a ɔhwɛ yɛn sikasɛm so owura Ken Oforiata ne mfoni hɛda ha kyerɛ sɛ mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ no bi nso ɛka ne ho a wɔne wɔn ɛnyɛ nkitahodie na ne nsɛm a wɔde to dwa nyinaa nte ɔman yi COVID-19 mmem deɛ sikasɛm no akɔyɛ bibi wɔ hɔ nanso no aban a ɛte soɔ no ɛnana Kufuado Ghana mampanin ne ne mpanimfoɔ wɔn abɔ mmɔden yie papaapa ɛtutu ɔman yɛ sikasɛm yie sɛnea ɛbɛboa yɛ sikasɛm ɛbɛfa ne ntoma pa ɛfɛ ɔkyerɛm deɛ aban yɛ ba bɛtena ɛfa no na yɛ sikasɛm ɛho akɔ atwea kakra nanso wɔn abɔ mmɔden yie paa ɛde ɛyɛ economic policies egugu akwam sɛnea ɛbɛboa nti yɛhwɛ ba tipure mpo a ɛdi ho adanse yie papaapa.
Page 16 were mid-year budget, another government manifesto promise minority. The minority in parliament has described the mid-year review of the 2020 budget statement by the finance minister as no hope in alleviating the suffering of the ordinary Ghanaian. It said the announcement by Mr. Ken Oforiata that the president will 2021 to recreate the economy was only a mere manifesto promise. Clearly, this is not the time for the finance minister to announce this program, as it is a manifesto pledge and the mid-year review document is not for manifestos. The minority spokesperson on finance, Mr. Kaisa Latoforsing, said, speaking to journalists after the finance minister's presentation of the mid-year budget review, Mr. Forsing said, mid-year review is for the finance minister to review the existing budget and not for him to come and read to us a new budget. He was not only reading a new budget, to be mindful that this mid-year review brings about nothing. He also urged Ghanaians not to be swayed by the government's intention to reduce 9% to 5%, saying it is the same administration that increased the communication tax in the first place.
Yɛnto aso wɔ the daily graphic wakrata ne fa ɛtɔ so dunsia hɔ no mo ade a ɔsɔfo hɔ sikasɛm so ɛde kyɛsɛ yakɔn mo sikasɛm no media deɛ no wɔde ɛbɛtu edwa no ɛna domkoma ɛwɔ mmarahyɛbadwafie asɔrɔnom de nsɛm tu dwa sɛ saa budget no mu nsɛm kyerɛ sɛ yade a ne manifesto promise na wɔde ahyehyɛ mu ɛno no wɔn hu ne sɛ ɛntwa yie kura wɔn mu kyerɛm deɛ a ɛwura Ken Oforiata budget no wɔde tu dwa a wɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔn mo bɛdan 100 billion Ghana cedis coronavirus alleviation and program and revitalization enterprise no wɔn ɛbɛda ne di ɔno ɔkyerɛm sɛ ɛno no ɛyɛ manifesto promise ni bi nti akɔba ne saa de a ɛho ɛnyɛ bɛtu dwa nti ɛsɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛma ɔma so ɛkɔ ɛno ho pa ɛsɛ saa nsɛm wei deɛ wɔn hu sɛ ntwɛ yɛ no ɛna majority ɛyɛ dɔm kɛse a ɛwɔ mmarahyɛbadwafie ɛnso ɛkyerɛm sɛ NDC foɔ no deɛ wɔn nneɛma a wɔn yɛ ne nyinaa no ɛnyɛ ade a wɔn betumi ayɛ mpo sɛ yɛ wɔn mu a.
Na yɛtoa so ɛwɔ page 17. Deal with political vigilantism. Implement short commissions report. Catholic bishops. The Ghana casually the section that referred to instances of criminality that it said would serve as a deterrent to these criminals who otherwise would continue to act with impunity. Anything short of this will make the Code of Conduct Against Vigilantism, prepared by the National Peace Council and signed by the political parties, useless. In a statement signed by the president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Most Reverend Philip Nami, the current spate of political violence, it reminded all political parties, particularly the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, of the agreements they signed against vigilantism and asked them to restrain opposition party, the NDC, to exhibit political maturity and commitment to their signing on the National Peace Council document that outlined the pathway to peace. Please stay away from acts that cause violence to enable us to have a peaceful environment for both the current voters registration program and the presidential and parliamentary elections in December.
Metasa okrata ne fa etoso dunson dia vigilantism ha se kuku eba ne se ye gang go say amanyoko we die ni na basabasa ye ekoso ni ade no eno na chese Catholic bishops ade odu omani me most reverend Philip Nami eden sema tudu a wo mu chem se koba ne se sa vigilantism ni ade na wo mo asesa nkrata so moja na so short commission for etrem dia ensam no esese wo mutumi etu ho anamon yie pa se ye heba sabasa ne ade a ekoso ewo bra abato ekoso no dia entwa yie kurantisi ahwe ye ntu ho anamon anya ade a ebebo impu ayawa so westwood by election ye heba sabasa ne ade a ekoso a na eno enye kura ne senti emri short commission no esese yetumi edi dwuma yie pa se ne ebeye na ye bejai sabasa ne tutu NPP ne NDC amanyikom te ba ne se abato abasabasa ye eni ade abom ye ne ya na entwa yie kura
na yetwaso ewo page 19 of the Daily Graphic. Christians urged to partake in politics. The chairman of the Christian Council of Ghana, Reverend Dr. Paul Kwame Boafo, has urged Christians to play active roles in politics in order to bring sanity to the partisan politics of the country. Asked whether Christians should stay away from core politics, he said, "We rather call on them to be involved in politics to straighten things and bring sanity and dignity into it." Reverend Dr. Boafo was speaking to journalists after going through the voter registration process at the offices of the Adenta ministers, and that should be the ultimate of every Ghanaian, reminding the political parties that they would need a peaceful environment to rule. So, if we go through the processes of registration and election with chaos and violence to rule, and that is why from start to end it should be peaceful. Peace is what we are all looking for.
Krata ne fa etosu dunkro no dwem training edima Christian Council of Ghana Reverend Dr. Paul Kwame Boafo ede nsema to do ebra na wono so wopakutro ndin aye new voters registration no kire se ba ne se Christopher ayenso yefa ye huti ba ne se ye kwakutro edin ni ade na yenko enkotro edin ne duru se afimpinum ene edwonu abato na yetumi akwakoto be na oto aso na kire se ba ne se abasabasa ene ade a ekoso ntokwa na amanfo ehwero mo kwa amanfo edidem ne ade na eno de eya entwe yenti abirbia ne yakwa yanko asumdie kwan so ne yanko nkotro edin anase yanko enkoto ya aba ne wi a yasan yechi ede akofi asumdie kwan so.
Page 20 of the Daily Graphic. Government to inject 100 billion Ghana cedis to rescue economy. The government has set in motion a program to salvage the economy from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, known as the Ghana COVID-19 Alleviation and Revitalization Program. The historic initiative aims to inject a minimum of 100 billion Ghana cedis into the economy in the next 3 years to help protect lives, revive businesses, stimulate economic growth, and narrow the fiscal deficit from more than 11% of gross domestic product to around 5% of the gross domestic product. The estimated cost of the policy intervention is the biggest of its kind in the nation's history and comes after the pandemic had wreaked havoc on the economy, resulting in a fiscal cost estimated 25.3 billion Ghana cedis. Presenting the mid-year budget review to the Minister of Finance, Mr. Ken Ofori, had stated that the fiscal cost of the pandemic was enormous, with revenue and expenditure targets thrown out of the gear. As a result of the pandemic, Mr. Oforiatta said the government would now have to spend more than it originally requested and collect less revenue than previously programmed, 4.1 billion Ghana cedis. The amount is equivalent to 11.4% of the gross domestic product.
Mental sell the workrata Daily Graphic ni fa eto so eduonu ni dia ewo nsem sa na ebete afa na nsem ni na se Ghana COVID-19 Alleviation and then Revitalization of Enterprise Support CARES program no Ghana yabakosem we ebi NC da sika 100 billion Ghana cedis na yedi ehiem aboase na ebeye yedi bebo amanfo ho ba na yedi beje wo mokra afenso ebeboa ameba ne se inuma ahoro na etumi egira national aboa ama omayi esikasem etumi afa ne ntoma pa edi efrenti no ene nsema enra owura kan Oforiatta ebra wode yen akon masikasem no
afetwaso ewo page 22. President suspends directive to GBC to reduce channels. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has ordered the Minister of Communications to suspend her director to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation to reduce its channels on the National Digital Terrestrial Television platform from 6 to 3. A statement signed by Eugene Ahen said the implementation of the directive should be suspended. 20. The Minister of Communications, Mrs. Esla Owusu-Ekufo, had said the directive, which was to be implemented within 60 days, was to ensure that there was space on the DTT platform, which is currently at full capacity with 40 operating channels. Currently, the state broadcaster of GBC Live, GTV government pandemic. The letter also said GTV's channels would be returned when work on the planned expansion for Ghana's DTT network was completed.
Yɛnto ɔsɛ ɔdɔ bɔkrata ne fa ɛtɔ so aduonu mmienu di a Ghana mampani ne die wakasa afa nsɛm ne ho. Ghana mampani Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo akasa afa nsɛm a ɔsɔfo a ɔhɛ no ɛsɔ na nso di a wɔn wɔ GBC 24 sanso ɛna wɔn GTV Live, GTV Cavern afa nso wɔn Obonu TV impo ne kura mpo nea suafo edisua de ɛyɛ Ghana ɛna afa nso senior high school for no wɔn etumi esua de ɛwɔ COVID-19 kakrata ekopiem ɛwɔ GBC for akache a data na ɛwɔ so ɛyɛ jumbuso ne da ɛtɔ so aduonu nsia ɛwɔ afimpinu ɛne adunum a krata no na efi ɔsɔfo a ɔhɛ yɛ nkitahodie nsɛm ɛnsensan ansa na nhwehwɛmu ne ade bi a ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ no ɔmo nyɛ no ɔmo ntoto nneɛma yie ansa.
Page 28, Ghana Education Service Director General tours WASI centers. The Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Opo, Mr. Setin Ketia. The Director General observed that the candidates and invigilators were in strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocols. He was happy that the students were all masked up and they busily went about their practical examination. The Director General was satisfied with the general observance of the social distancing in the classroom. Was notice placed at vantage points.
Adesua ho nsɛm nso bepiem wɔ krataa ne fa ɛtɔ so aduonu wɔtwe na Director General de ma asɔye a ɛhwɛ yɛn apɔmuden sɛso na sɛ Ghana Education Service AGES no Professor Kwesi Opoku Amankwa wɔkɔ aprɔbɔ na bra wɔkɔ aprɔbɔ high school for no ɛna wɔkɔ aprɔbɔ ɛwɔ mo na bra wɔkɔ ekopiem wɔ hɔ no wɔkyerɛm sɛ wokopiem wɔ no deɛ wotumi sɛ nhyehyɛe a egu akwam ɛfa COVID-19 ho no esuafo no owɔ mo bɔ mo de papa pempenifo a ɛwɔ ɛhwɛ sɛ ne bɛyɛ na bibia ebekɔ na bra wɔkopiem wɔ na tumi sɛ esuafo no ɛde mask wo bia de ɛyere ne ho
in the country. Other built environment professionals who took part in the tour included the President of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Dr. John Amaglo, the President of the Ghana Institute of Architects, Mr. S.M. Quartey.
Mental aswa kwakata ne fa etoso ediasa nsia no ase eho no madia officials edma built environment of Ghana professional body no Ghana Institute of Engineering accounts so na Ghana Institute of Architects, Ghana Institute of Planners and so Ghana Institute of Surveyors omuna eka ho na ebra nanu wukua na go mko aprobo ewoka East Hospital wokwa ebenkwa abinya omkoko hweye Ghana Infectious Disease Center no ewom hu se niema ekosu ye pa ne no ewom ekokopie mo ho no ma officials no Ghana mampani Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo efiada obedan edi ama ubinim chairperson the National Trust Fund team wono na anka no sounds Chief Justice Justice Sufa Amwako wono eka ho bia na womo eko
It was so page 37. Examine government policies on health. Justice Agyeiwaa to Board of Advisors. The supervising High Court Judge of the Ashanti Region, Justice Kofi Akoria, has advised Board of the Directors of the Nursing and Midwifery Training Colleges to critically study and analyze government's policies on the training of nurses abreast of the government's policies on the training of health workers, that they would be able to advise the management on how to incorporate same into their strategies and programs. Accordingly, he has asked the advisory board members to prepare adequately before attending board meetings in order to contribute effectively to the discussion to develop the institution. do not attend meetings just to sit and listen.
Nefa etoso eduasa ensono no justice awareness for no midwife for no sene be na ebebo ama entutu ene hihye nyina etumi akose no na otos na ochim se your imagine say one de wo mo eye no.
Yeah, it was so our page 30 to cater for its community. The Vice Chancellor, Professor David Kofi Osuman, said the university has decided to put up a health facility that would serve the health to establish its own hospital to serve the health needs of its staff, students, and other members. Mr. Kingsley Moses Agbavi called on Ghanaians to embrace
nebe na osuani bi ho etodum ene ade a won betumi ede na akwakopie mo no so wo hwe wom kurempo a wom dodo sick bay ne kurempo no ho eye den emom de sentin suapon no wom so wom entra ho saa keke vice chancellor professor watch say wom ankasa suapon no wom befa ato mo so se ne be na ebebo no mbekukuru ede asi on na so no amafo ebetumi ampo se ne be na bibia ebekoso tote Ham life insurance for eyo edomani so no betumi aye no mayi ni.
Yeah, it was so our page 39. Government's report is seeking approval from Parliament to spend an additional 11.8 million, out of which the 106 suspects were arrested. Some 55 incidents are currently under investigation. 14 cases are already in court. 8 suspects are yet to be identified. 2 cases have been settled, while 1 case has been closed because of its false report. The Director of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent of Police Sheila Kesi Agyeiwaa said the Greater Accra region topped the list with 15 cases involving 19 suspects and 12 of the cases still under investigation, while 3 were at the law court. She said the Western North region had 11 cases involving 9 suspects, with 8 of the cases still under investigation and 1 already in court, while 2 suspects were yet to be identified.
Mental so the daily graphic that Shirley Casey Agyeiwaa or only phone that ha watch say ban say new voters registration ya one eye ban say shiny idea woman in this one idea one more actual woman or ha any stia and no match woman be na omugus ishishimun efa woman and someone can put no matter has say and I don't na a free omusua ishishimun send a bear no dem na edit baby say eda.
Na yeka was saying you may aso yasene a global sky security. Global sky security says a bus security who name bia na obe homa or be sorting at fast. And so CCTV cameras abobo few officers now a be nipa boni for be chuma wetime who say you nipa boni nature. So security fences, man guard, unhia security man kra e wo fear na say officer. Global sky so 22503 0302 5225 03. Na yedi the daily graphic emunsem ni na akugo ni ebehwe ensem a edi ehim e the Ghanaian Times the Bokrata ni. And Ghanaian Times the Bokrata ni sha say e page 3. 5 elders fined 12,500 Ghana cedis for interfering in chieftaincy affairs. The second 2 on Wednesday imposed a total fine of 12,500 Ghana cedis on 5 elders for interfering in chieftaincy affairs of the Abrimpong Yao in Chia royal family in the Efian Kwensiminti municipality of the Western region. The convict, Ebusua Chame Ekoteria, Maame Yaba Jos and Menensia, who were not members of the Abrimpong Yao, their counsel, Mr. John Mercier, pleaded with presiding High Court Judge Justice Mrs. Hannah Taylor to temper justice with mercy, since the elders had regretted their actions. The 5 were summoned before the court in 2017 for installing a new chief, disregarding the decision of the judicial 1974. The Judicial Committee, including Awule Kwesi Amachi III, Chairman, Nana Hima Denche the 13th, and Nana Kofi Ediakon the 4th, members of AP Pepra as counsel. In 1974, a judgment from Western Regional House of therefore could not install a chief.
Yen to us the Ghanaian Times the Bokrata and it was at the amamo. Ye shall say I want if I a tosso me and son, Hanifa a tosso me and Sandia, second D High Court, no, a woman in issue, a woman, ya, a total fine of 12,500 Ghana cedis, Nina, a chieftaincy affairs, a fa, a Abrimpong Yao in Chia royal family, no one, or more equation meeting, a municipality, no, ewo western region just atoye mantem na nkofo no yi abusua chiame ekotewia mame yaba Joseph Nyantechi Jona Hene na afi menansia wo ene nkofo enum na omo enka brempon ya ntwia royal family ne se de a wo mo ebe hwehwe nsemu ye na so no de omo ye ndi ense ni nti no ene de omo betua 12,500 Ghana cedis.
It was also page 3 where court issues arrest warrant for 2 hotel managers. A magistrate court in Tamale in the northern managers names withheld of Molly Guest House and Galaxy Guest House failed to appear before the court presided by Amadou Isifu. The two are among 10 hotel operator affairs directorate of the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO. Mr. Al-Hassan Ababa revealed that three hotels stole 50,000 worth of power. He named the three as Molly Guest House that stole electricity worth 15,000 Ghana cedis, Baobab Guest House 11,000 Ghana cedis, and at which customers steal electricity in the region was alarming, and that if nothing was done to halt it, it could affect power supply in the region. He said that NEDCO could adopt legal measures to recover the stolen money from customers, adding, "We will pursue the court case to its logical conclusion." Mr. Ababa admonished all those engaged in power theft to desist from the practice and asked the public to assist NEDCO fight illegal connections in the country.
Krata any fair to me san ehwa na yekusu na akopie ewo northern enom na wo mo panta mafuisun yiram kane wo muntua kana wo betumi esi ano ekwan.
Attempting to register at Kanishi. 6 foreigners who allegedly attempted to register in the ongoing voter registration at Kanichi Cripples Home Center, Accra, have been arrested by the police. Mohammed Idrisu, Ibrahim Inusa, Abdulaziz, Abdullah Al-Hassan, Adams Usman, and Bubai were in custody of the police assisting in investigations. The public relations officer of the Accra Regional Police Command today. She said yesterday at about 10:30 a.m. the suspect believed to be about to register at the Kaneshi Cripples Home Registration Center. DSP Tenge said that some political agents
with me ya police for so woman ya krado pa so mu a woman de ba obefa emra panscrat say Ghanaian tax fetus means and ha na yekusu gina foreigners nsia bi wom yo madwe say wom ko akwakoturom din e wo Kaneshi ni voter registration ya ekoso enenom na chese wom ache wom eno na public relations office Ghanaian Times ebokrata fo anim eye eno a wo kire say bo obeye nondu impa mu anopa no na wo hu say mrantie wom asala ya wom ko akwakoturom din ti wom guso eye hwehwem.
Yeah, share the Ghanaian Times editorial. Let's avert shortage of antiretroviral drugs. Until the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic late last year, HIV/AIDS was regarded as the world's worst economic and personal impact, and in some cases, the disease became a major obstacle to the development. AIDS is caused by HIV, a retrovirus that attacks is vital to fighting off infections. AIDS is treated with antiretroviral drugs. These drugs suppress HIV but do not completely eliminate the virus from the body. Health experts were alarmed initially because of its devastating effect on human beings and said then that the exceptionalism of the disease required exceptionalism in the response. So during the UN General Assembly meeting on HIV/AIDS in New York on September 22, 2003, World Health Organization Director General John Wong Lee requested that the disease be treated as a global health emergency and called for implementation of free HIV/AIDS treatments in resource-poor settings. Given the nature of the AIDS epidemic, providing free health treatment should be imperative, even if it cannot be applied to all disease or all in need.
Nento asa okro akata ne fa etoso ennan no wasamufo no na dwenkyerɛ HIV nru ayetumi de eso ano na so yentumi emfa into asie kwa na ye anti retroviral drug enom de nsɛm aba betu dwa sɛ ne nru a yakeka o yede obon krata enum sɛ ɛho akwa ahwea pa dodo anka ɛsɛ omunya na HIV AC sɛ ne ha adwen ɛwɔ kwam na shortage no yetumi aye bibi afa ho.
Here to us page 5, African news. West African leaders on high-stake mission to end Mali standoffs. West African leaders have arrived in Bamako on high in a country grappling with multiple crises, including an escalating conflict. The visit on Thursday by the presidents of Ghana, Ivory Coast, Niger, Nigeria, and Senegal comes days after mediations mission by 5 movement.
Krataa ne fa ɛtɔ so enum no akɔpiem ɛwɔ Mali a West Africa mpanimfoɔ ɛfa kɔhyiem sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ na ɛbanta basabasa ɛne ade a ɛkɔ so na wɔn betumi ɛsi ano kwan na ɛno no mampanimfoɔ nyina na
Developmental Agenda 1, a critical appraisal, and in general suffer in different ways such as violence, suppression, subjugation, and discrimination cannot be disputed or denied by any sincere expert of cultural or literary critic. The Ghanaian cultural situation is patriarchal based in outlook, and this situation gives their sex from playing key roles and holding important positions or offices in the Ghanaian society, and for that matter the country. This state of affairs is detrimental and constitutes a big hindrance to the socio-economic and political endeavors of the country at present.
Krataa ne fa ɛtɔ so nsia no kasafa mmaa sɛnea mmaa wɔ mu no okɔpiem ɛwɔ mining sector na wɔn ɛbɔ adwuma ɛwɔ hɔ no yie pan na mfoni ɛba ebiom a edibra mmaa no bi enya no ɛwɔ ministra no ɛyɛ regional commissioner district commissioner afei high and appeal court ne so judges no ebi na ɛyɛ mmaa.
Near Twaso, page 14, Local Government Ministry takes Ma Richardson yesterday praised the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development for its decision to embark on the sex and other public places across the country. According to the minister, the exercise, a collaboration between the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, would go a long way to help fight the coronavirus pandemic in the region and the country as a whole.
Mentor so the Krataa ne fa ɛtɔ so dunani dia local government ministry no second phase of disinfection exercise ɛwɔ PR no Ebono region wɔn ahyɛ regional minister Mrs. Evelyn Ama Kuma Richardson enwada wɔ kan ho akyɛse Ministry of Local Government ɛhwɛ sɛnea nneɛma bɛkɔ na nnuro no wɔn de petepete dia na kyɛse edwedi bia ahorow no wɔn de bi na ɛbɛ na COVID-19 yare yɛbɛkɔ so akɔ ɛde etia.
Near Twaso, the back page of the Ghanaian Times, National House of Chiefs headquarters gets facelift. The headquarters of the National House of Chiefs has finally got a facelift after 4 years of renovation of the premises. Established in the 1960s, the colonial edifice has since not seen any form of major renovations, making the building some time back a death trap anytime the rain set in onto 2015 when a renovation committee was set up by the House. The project, which was executed in phases, was awarded to MS Nixon Construction Company Limited with Architectural and Engineering Service Limited advising
on Krataa mu dia National House of Chiefs for headquarters na yade asisi ade sakrai abamu ban se nhihye a wo ama no facelift throughout to me say so share dan se na tie pa building e won Krataa mu to say yes my fan into my pefra sanso and a building ye wa fan e de fra wudina so say kama to say niema ekoye e wo mbono
near den sema e wo the Ghanaian Times news.
Are you worried about your security? Are you able to access and protect your property and the people you care about? With an increased height in robbery and kidnapping, you should not compromise on your security. Global Sky Limited, your total security solution, is here to help you secure your office and residence.
Right, my name is Nesta Lenas. I'm the general manager of the company, Virtualizations. When we talk of security systems, namely CCTV officers as well.
The control room is designed in such a way that we have radios, a VCR radio there, which monitors our vehicles when they go out for day and night patrols, just to receive first-hand information from supervisors and the team who go out for that patrol.
With the ICT part of the services that we're going to talk about, the CCTV security systems, the access control systems, and many more. So when we talk about the ICT part, that is the ICT part of the company. We specialize in what I've mentioned earlier. And when you talk about the physical aspect, that has to do with the professional human relations, and also when it comes to the physical part, how to defend them, to defend themselves in terms of a robbery or an attack. So long story short, basically those are the two things that the company provides.
Call 0302 522 503 or 0264 363 125. You can also visit www.globalskyafrica.com. Global Sky, someone is always watching.
Assign Amamo Akwaba, the newspaper review segment. Agyeiwaa. The Ghana Armed Forces has denied allegation that soldiers deployed for security duties in the Volta region are intimidating residents by entering their homes. The statement from the Director of Public Relations at the Ghana Armed Forces, Colonel Agyeiwaa, explains that checks and verification by the Ghana Armed Forces and from independent sources have proved that the claims are false and unfounded. We wish to make reference to an earlier press release number 16 dated July 2, 2020, which addresses similar false allegations.
The Daily Guide and it was Armed Forces, one part of the Ghana Armed Forces, and some are echoes when Montana say, bona would astra for woman a good voter region, just say, Yana shares to send a benama for MEP or my Ghana and Crescent Bia in what's here. Susuka.
Page 13, were two more Togolese jailed over registration. The Ofankor Circuit Court in Kaswa has jailed two Togolese for attempting to register in the ongoing voter registration exercise. The two and Kwasi put by Ebenezer Osei Jakun. The trial judge had ordered the National Identification Authority to destroy the Ghana card the suspect attempted to use to register. The two were arrested by officials from the Ghana Immigration Service and military who were deployed to Kaswa and its environs and handed them over to the
voters registration. One more year, one more emergency, one more call, no more call the Andrews, Aiti and Afin so quasi, putada, one more and a yatra woman, you do a cocoa pimo of our call, a circuit court, and a bay and on our Kaswa. Nenedia, one more air quack or 2 matters, say, one more year to Martin, at the aboa or my gano busumidu.
Here we are, your fans. Summer APM page 15 of the Daily Guide and Beatwaves Entertainment. Musicians want churches to pay royalties. A section of music rights churches in Ghana to start paying royalties to music rights owners since they use their music in the various church activities. This, according to Use Music as well as preaching on giving, they saw nothing wrong with it if they paid royalties since it was all part of giving. They expressed concern about musicians who were retired and broke, arguing that if royalties were paid, it would be shared.
Bana say Ghana has say asori ahoro na se wo so wo mu etua royalties say asori dodo na ebo wo mu nyom wo mu bo mu nyom ye kan say copyright na dey so dey han so bo mu nyom dia ehu ebehia say wo mu ebe mo royalties bi na wo mu so wo mu de etwetwa wo mu ye entempa na men kan messages kakra ameboache o say good work NATV. I'm watching you from BA. More grace, good work my sisters. Amenohu K-Selom MCNA Network,
MHTV, YouTube Network, and Social Marveling House Limited. Ubet ma so subscribe, ubet ma like, ubet follow ye ni na. We just want to visit your website www.ediamejeswane ama Akosomo ne de mini aba fefefe
aba Agyeiwaa kwade se chance ka wachiri ho papa bi.
Ene ye de bra mo yakra mo.
At this point, I call on the Gender Minister, Honorable Cynthia Morrison, to give us her word.
Morning. All proud indeed. I saw your raw state and I see you today and I'm amazed. Clap for yourselves. This is called determination. Some of you for the very first time.